and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by the one and only, the human turret, one of the best ARs to ever do it. Give it up for the world champ himself, Sam LaRue, Octane. We got some of the best analysis in the game, the world champion, Christopher Duarte, Parasite. We got the multi-world champion, the multi-champion, a legend, an icon to the Call of Duty scene. Give it up for Patrick Price Aches. Of course, we got the executive producer of The Flank. Give it up for Benj, Nassim. And today, we got a very special guest in the building. We got Call of Duty 4 national champion. We got the head coach of the Dallas Empire world champion. We got the multi-Call of Duty champion, professional bowler, W-Dad. Give it up for the pro golfer himself, Rambo Ray. How was that, Ray? Ray, how was that?
That was good.
Well, thanks for this cleared, man.
I'm sorry, there was so much just between the COD and the bowling and
so
the
many
golf.
points,
Dude.
dude.
I don't even know where to start. You know, but welcome to the show, Ray. We've been meaning to have you on for a minute now. They've been calling for you.
Appreciate me.
Yes, sir, man. It's been fun having you on the watch parties too. It's been a good time. COD's been stage 2 has been a good time today, folks. Stage 2 online matches have come to an end, so I think that's definitely a W in the chat because I think we're all ready for some LAN. And we're ready to go. We're ready to go for Major 2 Birmingham here. We're going to take a look at the bracket later today. We're going to go over the matches and want to do what we do. Duarte, how you doing today, Duarte? You doing all right?
Feeling better. I've been sick for a week, but yeah, I think I'm finally getting over it. Yeah, I'm good. I'm excited for Birmingham. I'm excited to see these matches. The bracket just came out, which I'm sure we're going to talk about, and some of these matches are going to get very, very, very interesting.
Oh yeah, it is, especially because we're going to LAN. Well, basically LAN. I mean, I know LAN's not a thing anymore, but you know what I mean. Sam, how you doing, Sam? You doing all right?
Doing great, man. Doing great. I got no complaints. Thieves are godlike.
Even Virginia just losing? That doesn't bother you at all?
That was unnecessary. What you just said right there was an unnecessary comment.
I'm sorry, Sam. I'm sorry.
It's okay. That's why the Stallions got top 8 today, Tom.
That's fucked up.
Fuck.
That's really fucked up.
See,
That's
I can
too
say
far.
it too. It's
That's
just
too far.
hurtful.
Sam, that's way too far.
It's just an eye for
Wasn't
an
it
eye.
a top
How
6?
you feel?
Wasn't it a top 6?
No, top 8, Ray. Last.
Okay, my bad.
They look good though, Ray. Right? The new team looks good though.
I love it.
They threw the rounds again. We lost the game 5 to the elite winners, the Bush. We probably should have won that series. We were up 5-3 in the surge. Should have went up 2-0, and they shoulda, coulda, woulda, whatever. Be like that sometimes. Stallions gotta start clutching up. Slay, how you doing, Pat? You doing all right, Pat?
I'm doing good, Tom.
They got top 6, by the way. You fuck. Go ahead, Pat.
I'm doing good, Tom. I was arguing on Reddit. I got into like a Reddit argument today because there's just some absolute morons that watch this show, Tom. Not the ZooMAFIA, of course, but some absolute morons that watch this show and derive some absolutely delusional, insane opinions from things that are said. So I had to correct some of that.
Of course.
What was the top
Other than that, though, Tom, phenomenal. We'll get there. Predictions they're all right, but I've never felt better going into a tournament than I have today for my prediction for a winner.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get to our predictions. We'll definitely get there. Benj, how you doing? You doing all right, Ben?
I'm doing good, Tom. A great Sunday. Tottenham disappointed me this morning. That was expected. St. John's won on a buzzer beater though. That was awesome. And yeah, excited to talk about the bracket. We got a crazy event coming up. I'll leave for the UK on Tuesday, so excited to spend some time with the boys talking about COD.
Nice. I love that, Ray. You doing all right, Ray?
It was good, man. Good day, COD today. Pat, actually, question, Pat. The Reddit, does it compare to GB forums from back in the day?
Wow, GB forums, bro. That makes me feel so old.
Honestly, Ray, I mean, look, the GB forums were insane, but I would say Reddit is way worse. But Reddit is a cesspool nowadays, bro. It's actually like the worst opinions of the dumbest people are on Reddit.
That's tough.
That's fucked. But okay, welcome to the show. Let's hop into it. We got 4 matches to cover today, and then we're gonna take a look at the bracket, and we're gonna go over that and see what's going on. So let's switch on over. And let's get right into it, folks. We got the first match of the day. Man, I can't believe this. Vancouver Surge going up against the Riyadh Falcons. The Falcons give Optic their first loss yesterday, but then come in today and get 3-2'd by the Vancouver Surge. We start things off on a Scar Hardpoint where Vancouver went 250 to 237. Then we got a Raid S&D where Vancouver went 6-4. Then we got a Scar Overload where Falcons win 6-3, and Exposure Hardpoint where Falcons win 250 to 83. I thought the reverse sweep was on here. And then the Vancouver Surge win the Colossus S&D 6-2. We'll scroll down and take a look here at the stat sheet. Everybody positive for the Falcons, despite them losing the series. You got a 1.07 from Pred, a 1.09 from Kismet, a 1.15 from Exnid, and a 1.27 from Celium. On the other side, only guy positive was Capsule with a 1.04 over 100 kills in a series. You got Gwyn with a 0.91, Lunars with a 0.83, and TJ Haley with a 0.72. Take a look at the match MVP. It's going to be Capsule with a 1.02 in Hardpoint, a 1.64 in S&D, and a 0.85 in Overload. That is good work coming in from Capsule. We'll start with you, Ben, and then we'll work our way up. What'd you think of the series, Ben? I can't believe this actually happened.
Man, I mean, it's so funny that Falcons looked great yesterday and then had an absolute stinker against Vancouver. Vancouver went down out doing the series. Good fight back. Obviously, a clinical exposure hard point, but bro, it really comes down to the S&Ds. I agree with Jay in the chat. They're very shaky. They had a couple of situations, man, after they tossed a couple of clutches. Just not what we want to see from the Falcons momentum-wise going into the event.
Yeah, definitely not, Benj. Definitely not. What about Vancouver? Did they impress you at all, Benj?
I mean, they showed some fight. I thought Cap played particularly good in the searches, which you want to see. I think my concern for Vancouver is they're the world's worst team on fucking Overload. So going into this event when they're going to have to play Toronto, do I think they have a chance? No, but it's a nice win to finish out the stage.
Yeah, Sam, what you think? What you think of the series, Sam? It just had to go this way, Sam. It just had to go this way.
Yeah, it's just I don't even. What do I think of the series? Their Falcons S&D is still pretty rough, which is unfortunate because I thought they made some pretty good strides yesterday. AG was talking a lot in his interview about them playing together a lot more, and it seems like they figured things out. And then today it just looked exactly how it used to. So a little worrying there because it makes me think that they just really don't have a lot of consistency in the mode as of right now. Still a great Overload team. Granted, they're playing Vancouver, who's the worst in the league, but great in that mode and pretty strong on the respawns. But I mean, the search going into the event is still a pain point. So I think this team goes as far as their respawn will carry them at the moment, unless they just randomly catch fire at the event. And on the side of Vancouver, time terrorists. I mean, they took us game 5 here for no reason. That just is what it is. Not really much to say about them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Vancouver Surge, they kind of been in a blender, but they do get a big win here today. I mean, Duarte, what'd you think? Falcons, they looked so good yesterday, Duarte. They take down the #1 team, and then they just come and lose to Vancouver Surge, which is, bottom tier team here.
I'm not going to lie. When it comes down to Scar Hardpoint, I'm just going to break this down map by map. Scar Hardpoint, I don't think Falcons have been, extremely impressive on. That's one of the hardpoints that they're kind of at. They're really usually good at, Blackheart exposures and stuff like that, Colossus, because obviously their team comp. So they kind of, play this one, and this is a map that we've seen Surge actually play quite a lot, and it's a map that they have been able to get dubs on. So I'm really not surprised there. Raid S&D, they played it pretty well. They battled 164. They ended up losing it, whatever. And then they dominated the next 2 maps. But when it comes to Colossus S&D, bro, that's not even an S&D map. That shit's fucking glorified 44 TDM with 1 life. Yeah, Falcons ended up fucking getting shit on in it, and Surge took the W, but I'm not really too worried about the Falcons, to be honest. I still think they made a lot of improvements. Granted, they lost here. I'm not going to take this too much into consideration. I think this series meant a lot more to Surge than it did Falcons, and it is what it is.
That is true.
You're not worried about Falcons. They're last in first blood percentage in the league this stage. Second to last.
Their S&D hasn't been good, but it's gotten better. And the
worst defending team in the league.
I don't care. Listen, it doesn't matter. You're taking everything that's happened up until this point into consideration, and you're ignoring improvements. They've improved. I'm not going to take Colossus S&D as a fucking map. Yes, they fucking lost it. Yes, it's in the map pool, but that shit is, we all know that shit is fucking Mickey as hell.
Play it though, Chris. That's so important though.
I know.
They scam multiple maps, multiple rounds in the fucking raid.
I know. I'm not saying they're the world's best S&D team, but they've made improvements. They lost 6-4, even though they scammed a couple of rounds, and then they lost to fucking Mickey map 5. They still dominated in 2 of the respawns, and they played a respawn, which they still played decent in, that they barely play. They're not very good at. So it's whatever to me. I don't give a fuck. It's Surge. This shit doesn't fucking matter. They have a good draw in the bracket. They play Minnesota. Minnesota's good, but it's better than playing, let's say, Optic or fucking.
They're good at S&D.
Yeah, I know. You're not concerned? I know. No, I mean, it is what it is.
I think this Falcons team goes as far as their respawns will carry them.
Yeah.
Their S&D is definitely worrisome. When you watch them play S&D, they just all play it by themselves. I feel like AG's always by himself, and then Kismet's taking a route somewhere, and then MC's in the back of the spawn, just holding some lane. They're just very separated in Surge. Sometimes I just want to see them just bang out shit together more and just kind of go.
Edgy's interview yesterday, he talked about that. He was like, "Yeah, that's something that we've talked about, like a lot more of like the death ball and like playing off of each other a lot more." And yesterday they did a good job against Optic, and then today they just completely regressed. So
I
I think they
wanna-
tried.
that's what I'm worried about.
My bad, Ray, but they tried doing that on Colossus. There was a lot of times where they were together. That shit didn't fucking matter. They were just getting caught off guard. Mickey ass map. I don't know. Like I said, if you're looking at the bracket, bro, they got the best draw in terms of their odds. If they would have played Optic, I wouldn't have felt comfortable, even though they beat them recently. I think Optic is just more consistent. And then FaZe is really fucking good at search. They're really good at fucking overload. Like, they've made improvements at hardpoint. Like, this is the best draw they've got. I don't give a fuck that they lost to Search. They're not the best team in the fucking world, but they've made improvements. They're better than I've expected them to be.
Pat, what did you think? Pat, what did you think of the series?
I mean, I didn't expect it to go game 5. If they clean up game 1, obviously this would have been a 3-1 blowout, basically. I kind of agree with Chris, to be honest. Like, we can sit here and talk about this online. Neslo win, even though they won map 1. Just losing 2 S&Ds to the Surge. Overall stats, like they smoked the Surge. This is like one of those series where like the worst team just pulled it out. This just happens sometimes. Overall, I'm not really worried about them losing 2 S&Ds in this fashion. To Chris's point, though, like I agree with him about G2, like the draw they got. I think they smoked G2. I think unless
I don't know
G2,
about that.
Bro, their S&D is clearly not good, and we're saying that we're discrediting Neslo wins when that is their problem is search. That losing a series and a Neslo is the worst case scenario for them because that means they have not improved at all.
Why don't we ask Ray,
I just don't think it'll matter in the long run.
Let me ask Ray what he thinks.
Yeah, Ray, you're next on the list. Ray, what's going on with you? What do you think, Ray? Ray, are you shocked by the outcome today or what?
I mean, I think if we're all going to be honest, I mean, they beat Optic yesterday. If we expected anything like this to happen today, I think we're fucking tweaking. Yeah, I think what you guys are saying about the progress Riyadh's making to me is what's kind of stands up to light. And if the search mentality has been a recent discussion, like we can agree that at the start of the season, the respawn was kind of where their search is at now, where it was up and down. You had some good maps, you had some bad maps. It wasn't super team oriented. I feel like in this stage they made some huge progress towards finding consistency in that. Now, obviously, search is not there yet. I feel like the Pred interview, like you guys brought up, is a big kind of mentality switch in terms of how you're trying to approach the mode. And if they're actually doing these things, like these things don't take a day to change. Like this is, and we can agree that also search is probably the hardest mode to get reps in and scrims properly. So it's going to come from matches for the most part about where you see your changes happen, where you can find consistency. With that being said, is it too late going to Major 2 for them to make the progress they need to be competitive at the level they need to be in search for the event? You can argue yes or no. Obviously, the respawn is plenty good enough to beat most, if not all, the teams going to that event. So it really comes down to me if like they can get comfortable at least on one of their picks and be consistent enough at it. Which, to be fair, today was the first time I think they've lost raid since in recent times, right?
Yes.
Like they've been really good at raid, and
They've
we
been
saw
really
some of their
good at
setups today. Has been like that front arts, the front laundry setup on the hold was actually super cool. I don't think I've ever seen that. 2 guys laying down front art like that
that was a good setup.
That was a sick setup. So if they can be creative like that and actually like push, I feel like they push the meter on how really aggressive you need to be to win raid. And you're gonna lose sometimes playing that. Like it's kind of a hard map to be consistent at because of how aggressive you have to be. And if your team kind of meets your aggression, it kind of turns into like blind counter 50-50 rounds. But I feel like if they can just find one search map, if it's raid, so be it, to be super consistent at to where they win it, like let's say 3 out of 4 times, then I feel like they can make a run this event because of how good their respawn is.
They are really good at respawn. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Xney's been unreal for these guys in the respawns.
And Sam said it today, bro. His comms, like the way he's assertive about like leading charge, and he's even like small talking to a point where he's directing plays. Like he was not doing that before, and I feel like the whole team kind of trusts him when he's doing that. So him having that kind of role with the level he's been playing at recently really puts his team a step above and where they were missing before. So I really like where the Falcons are at. I think I all agree with you in terms of the search. It's not necessarily where it needs to be. I do agree there's some progress. Is it going to be enough to get him through the better teams and the good search teams through the event? Only time will tell.
Yeah. Ben, were you going to say something?
No.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
I just personally think when it comes to S&D, they've made improvements, and we're just like reading way too far into them losing the S&Ds here. Like the raid, it was competitive, and like Ray said, they've been good at it. So like, it happens. You'll lose it sometimes. The Colossus, they can play this Colossus S&D over and over 10 out of 10 times. And I guarantee it's 50-50 both ways just because of how the map is. Like, yeah, they lost 6-2. But if you watch how the rounds played out, there's just so many random actual bullshit, insane timings that happen that literally are just costing rounds. It is what it is. It's fucking Colossus, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm expecting some new maps to come in after stage 2 or after Major 2 is over. Do you guys think they're going to add new maps in or what? Because I know originally there were like some rumors of the league kind of like shutting it down, but then I didn't know if it was the pros. I didn't know if it was the league. I didn't really know what was going on.
There's like 7 maps on the table right now.
I thought the rumor was they couldn't get the worst map out, even if they added new maps. Like Colossus couldn't be taken out.
But why?
Because the league wanted to replace a 3-map mode or a 3-mode map.
If they pull this diversity fucking card again, I'm gonna freak the fuck out.
Why can't you just remove, for instance, like Colossus search, right, and then just add in like Sake search, right? Like, why couldn't you do that? I don't get it. I don't really get their argument, to be honest. It just makes no sense.
I think that the problem with this is there's never a true consensus on what we want to remove, and this is more so from the players, like the people within the league side. Like, I feel like in the outside, we all look at it from a viewer perspective, and we know, like, I mean, like, we can all agree Colossus Search is kind of not a fun watch, but then you could use the same argument for Scar Search because it's mostly played from one side of the map. So really, like, if we're saying only one's going to come in, which one do you move and what is actually better for the viewership / playing experience? Like, there's no one ever seems to agree on things, which is, I think, part of the difficulty in this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if it was up to me, Ray, I would just say if you're the league, like, it doesn't really matter what the pros think, right? Just change it. Just change the map set. Yeah. You kind of just force their hand, and they kind of have to learn it. And maybe you throw it in the rotation, they have to learn how to play it anyway. You know what I mean? Right. But we'll see. Hopefully, after Major 2, I know a lot of people want to see new maps, so we'll see how it all plays out, and hopefully we can get a little bit of a switch up because I think it'll keep things fresh headed into stage 3. But any final thoughts, guys, on the series with Vancouver and Falcons? Anything somebody wants to add before we move on to the next one?
I'd like to add something to. Do we feel? I mean, I know we'll talk about it later in terms of like predicting the matchups, but do we feel like the way Toronto played today, obviously it was against Optic, but does Vancouver winning today add some assertiveness or potential mental kind of helping towards the Toronto match and the play-in?
I mean, I don't see them winning it personally. I think Vancouver, they squeezed out a win today. I don't think they're going to show much for it at the event, but maybe it gives them a little bit of confidence and helps them with a little bit of momentum going into the major. But what do you guys think? You guys think Vancouver can maybe upset Toronto and maybe make a run? What do you guys think?
I mean, I think Vancouver's going into the series confidence no matter what. Like, when you're at the bottom of the barrel and your team isn't the best, like at the very least, you just have delusional confidence. Like, you just go in clean slate. It doesn't matter what happened at home. But as for like KOI, I mean, they played a pretty close series. And the first hard point was decent. Second S&D, not the best, and the Scar went fucking, one score. So, no, I don't think this really compromises KOI at all, and I think it doesn't really change anything for Surge.
Yeah,
I mean, I think they're just automatically down in the overload. Like, it's just a 0-1 start to the series.
They win the overload somehow. I'm gonna fucking just.
I don't see Vancouver doing that. So
the only reason to me where there's some potential thought process in the same light we talked about Riyadh and their search, like Toronto's 4-8 in search and Vancouver's 6-6, and seemingly have been a lot better since Cap has joined the team. So
yeah, that's true, right? Because
like,
if they take the map 2 and then they take the overload map 3 and they could maybe push it to a map 5. I mean, they can Neslo the series.
I haven't looked at like the head-to-head like map pool, but there's potential that Vancouver gets some comfort in the respawns they play, which then give them a chance. I don't know. You never know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, but let's move on to the next one, and let's see what's going on here. We got the Paris Genomates going up against the Los Angeles Thieves, and this one goes all the way down to a map 5 as well. We start things off at a dead hard point where LA Thieves, they come out hot, 250-107 in that one. Then we go into a Colossus S&D, where LA Thieves go up 2-0. They win that one 6-4. But then Genomates, they start bringing it back. They win the Exposure Overload 5-3. They win the Colossus Hardpoint 250-176. But then things come to an end when we get to the raid S&D last map. Thieves are able to close it out 6-2. We'll scroll down and take a look here at the stat sheet. We got a .93 from Dylan Envoy, a .85 from Dan Ghosty. I think he was smoking that kush today. A 1.17 from Neptune and a 1.12 from Sib. On the other side, he had a .98 from Tyler Abeezy, a .9 from Scrap, a 1.0 from Neum, and a 1.07 coming in from Hydra. We'll scroll down and take a look at the match MVP. It's gonna be Hydra. He's been playing really, really well. I've been seeing that Paco bringing back that S tier gameplay the last couple matches. He had a 1.16 in hardpoint, a 1.17 in S&D, and a 0.83 in overload. Hydra having a fantastic series. Sam, we'll start with you. These are your boys. They're looking good, Sam. I can't lie. I really like the pace that LA Thieves is bringing to these matches now. It's almost like they had like an epiphany or something. Like
team talk, man. Something.
Yeah, something happened, Sam. But go ahead, Sam. What you think?
I'm happy that they chained together back-to-back good series. Granted, this one did go 5, and the overload was a little surprising to see them drop, especially the mates who have been pretty weak in the mode. But their search is really the main thing that I've been focused on because that was a big pain point. Like, their S&D has been great, man. I love what I'm seeing from Tyler. I feel like he's been a lot more proactive, trying to get first bloods and be more of an enabler as opposed to a reactive S&D player as we've seen so far up to this point. Paco and Respawn as well, the routes and just like the not necessarily the head bashing, but just like playing more cerebral. I'll put it like that. It seems like he's the one that takes pretty much every route for this team in Respawn. So I appreciate that as well. It seems like he's trying to play a little bit more to his team as opposed to them playing to him. I'm happy with what I've seen, man. There's genuine improvement. They switched the seating order around. Maybe the vibes are back off of that. I don't know, but 2 good series, 2 good teams, G2 and mates. You can't really ask for much more going into the major, so I'm sure they're confident as hell, which is always a good sign.
The seating order thing is interesting because it is weird that they changed the seating order and where they sit next to each other. Maybe they're trying to get a different flow.
Gotta try
or something,
man.
Yeah, maybe
try something.
It is crazy that they switched that up. But what do you think, Duarte? What do you think of the series?
I mean, they've just looked a lot better. They got a quality win here against Gentlemates, even though Gentlemates haven't been the best team this stage. I think Neptune and Sid played very well, and usually when those guys play well, they do have a good series and extend series. So I'm not going to say, they played against a weaker team here, obviously. But they had a dominant search win and raid, which looked a lot better in comparison to their last fucking raid, where Abizi was hiding in credit corners and getting baited. So yeah, I mean, you could see the improvements were made. They got 2 quality wins against, mates and G2. And I mean, this is the right time to kind of like show those improvements because, we're headed to the fucking major and these guys are expected to be there on Sunday and to potentially compete for that championship. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see where they, where they end up this next weekend.
Yeah, Pat, what did you think? These are your major 2 champs over here, Pat.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a 3-0. That overload, I think they're up 3-2. I think they let Thieves back in it. They didn't need to. They could have shut it out. But, Tom, with saying that, the fact that it went 5 and they won it showed me everything I needed to know. It was better because not only did they show a dominant win yesterday, they showed they're able to face adversity on the ropes of a reverse sweep today. You couldn't ask for more. If you're predicting a team to win the next event in a week, by the way, a week away, so it's very fresh, they basically said, like, hey, it don't matter what you throw at us, we're ready for it. So, this kind of just doubled down on my already confident opinion that Thieves will win. And, I mean, they're looking phenomenal. All 3 of their wins I thought were dominant, and they easily could have won exposure overload. Let's not get it twisted. But outside of that, man, like, I know you're talking about the seating arrangement. I think they just look different from a confidence perspective. They're channeling a little different. If you know what I mean? A little bit more aggressive, a little bit more confident. I think all they needed really was me, picking up the phone call, getting in the team room, letting them know who the fuck they are, so they could, they could
talk to them. Did you, Pat?
Yeah. I wanted to keep it low key, but I knew it was going to come up on the show.
For sure. Pat, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, what about
the
Sam,
I really didn't have to say much. I just had to remind them of who they are.
For free, Pat? For free?
Ernie was down bad, guys. I mean, he had a rough year so far. He was real hesitant making the roster change originally. Then, they made the change, and it wasn't right away. Right? They didn't see those dividends right away. So I just had to, make sure he's aware that, time was coming. It just had to take a little time.
I appreciate
that. What about the Gentlemates, Pat? What do you think of the Gentlemates? They're 4-7 in this stage, and they're the major 1 champions. I mean,
these cats are done, Tom. I think they had a great start to the year. They won the online with the monster tourney. They won major 1. They were looking great. For their sake, I just hope they can turn it around before Major 4 for the Paris event. because I think that'll be a huge event. But right now, I mean, personally, Tom, all GentleMate stock has been sold, every last dollar. I think they're going on a major dip. And I might, like I said, I might rebuy if what I see in the post major 3 going into major 4, because I think I want them to.
You're skipping
to get
major
better.
2, Pat. You just skipping. You think they're gonna
Oh,
get shit on?
I think they're gonna get like top 6, top 4, top 6. 4, 5, 6, whatever that range is. Nothing impressive. But yeah, I just think they're on a, and I don't know what was wrong with Ghosty today. If he was sick, you got to clarify that, because they had him looking rough on camera today. I mean, he looked like he was about to throw up, just didn't want to be there. Maybe he was high out of his mind.
He just looked high as shit. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
He just looked like he was off the shit.
Yeah, something was up. But yeah.
Yeah, maybe. What did you think, Ray? Was Dan Ghosty stoned?
I'd rather not comment on that. I have no idea.
Absolutely.
He did not look in his own way, his own typical way. I think we'll leave it at that. I want to reinforce the pace aspect of Thieves. I think they've seemed to have found the proper mentality to play forward and set the right amount of like pressure on their teams in hardpoint. Like before, we were seeing them kind of like play these like, I don't want to say old school, but these kind of spread out setups to where they try and watch everything and like hopefully they get the kills when the people push their own lanes. Like the last 2 days we've seen them, and to me it's like been a super big shift for them. They are setting pace forward. Like they are taking their chows on their lanes and they are giving themselves a second chance to hold these hills. And to me, that's like, if you look at the roster, bro, like the skill they have on this team should be undeniably a great hardpoint team. And if you play at this pace and you are challenging forward and you win some of your early gunfights, you are going to hold 60s. And I feel like we saw some of that today.
Yeah.
And especially yesterday. As far as search is concerned, sorry, the BZ thing I think is the biggest kind of like difference maker that we've seen in recent times. Like there definitely was, I mean, you would have to assume there was a conversation there around how they were going about things. To me, he's obviously isn't he like statistically like the best first blood getter in like history? Am I crazy when I said it?
Ever, yes.
Yeah.
Like it'd be kind of hard pressed to not have a player like that do what he's good at. And you could argue that like a lot of the phases search and destroy success has been found because of, I don't want to say solely because of him, but when you have a guy consistently getting first bloods in a round, it's going to help you win search games. Period.
Yeah.
The plumbers have not been able to fuck with him in first bloods.
So I think if they can keep this trend going forward, I think there's still certain elements of inconsistencies here and there, but I think this team is definitely a championship. I mean, the fact that I'm saying potential is stupid with the players they have on their team, but just based on what we've seen since the start of the season, I think they're finding their form now, which for Pat's sake is perfect timing for Major 2.
Perfect, Ray. He's like on the same page, Ray.
And what about the GentleMates, Ray? I mean, these guys win Major 1. Now they just seems like they're going backwards right now, Ray.
It's a tough one, man. Like I think this roster is I mean, they won Major 1. Like I don't even say like saying the potential that they have is stupid because they're already winners. They seem, I don't know if it's necessarily regressed. They won the first 3 games of stage, which is why it's weird to me. It's not like they immediately fell off after winning. They won their first 3 matches, and if I remember properly, it was pretty convincing. So what caused I think it was the last 8 of 9? Was that what it was?
7 of their last 8.
7 or last 8, which is like, that's a pretty big downfall. Like especially considering some of the teams they lost to. Like I mean, no offense to C9, but like I mean, a team like this should not even like should need to show up mentally and still be able to beat.
Only wins against Boston, bro. Like they like, I hate to say it, they're playing terrible COD. They can't beat anybody. Their game modes are falling off a cliff, and like we should have a real conversation. If they lose to Carolina in this play, and like they want to keep rolling the same floor, is there something fundamentally broken in this camp? I'm sorry, this team is too good to lose 7 out of fucking 8 to some of the teams.
I mean, it's literally their hard point. They went. I mean, like we forget, but they were like undefeated in hard point for like a vast majority of stage 1.
Yeah,
and then when they went to the major, they were still carrying their respawn prowess, and like they clutched up in some S&Ds, and they ended up winning. But now their S&D hasn't really improved, and then their hard point went from being basically fucking 100% to like 50-50, maybe 60-40.
No, you're completely wrong.
Is that not what it is?
No, they've won 5 of their last 6 hardpoints they played. They're 7th ranked.
Yeah, but
bro, they've been bad at Overload for 6 months.
I'm saying, but I'm saying in their losses, like they've started to win. They've won their last couple series, and that's obviously because they're winning more of the maps. It's fucking not rocket science.
You say GentleMates won the last couple of series? They've won one.
No, but like they won a couple. I'm saying during their like They were fucking
Benj
like
on your
damn.
ass
Never
today,
mind, forget
Duarte.
about it,
He's
dude.
on your
I'm
ass
not gonna
today,
explain.
man.
I don't know because I don't know what the fuck.
Let me pull up their matches. Let me pull up their
Yeah,
matches
pull their
because
matches,
I'm trying to
Chris, 'cause, like,
explain.
Let me finish the point there. What I will say is that I feel like every team during a year, win or lose, like it's pretty rare a team goes through a full year without having kind of like a stint like this. Like obviously this has been, it's glaring to us because they just won Major One. You'll go through these stints at any point in the season. I feel like their recent matches, they've shown some of the light that they had before. I think it's just a level of finding that consistency in it. And who knows, maybe land is what they need to kind of lock back in fully. But I do agree. I think to me, my biggest fear is more the search and destroy as a whole. Like they've, even at Major One, like, I mean, we saw some of the clutches that Travis got. Like that was absolutely insane how Neptune won some of the games. And in general, like they were winning a lot of these matches through some late round, like hero plays, I would say.
Yeah.
I think that if they can find a way to just become more consistent early on, I feel like, again, this team's kind of right back up there. I don't feel like, what I'm trying to say is I don't feel like they're that far off, even though their recent results have shown some negativity. I think they're still right there.
It's just weird, Ray. I feel like these teams usually don't have, because I agree with you, teams go through slumps and go through like these stints, but I feel like it usually doesn't happen after they win a major, right? Which I think is kind of like confusing me a little bit, right? I mean, you look at Optic, somebody put 0-18 in the chat with Optic, but even like last year, like they had to make so many changes to get back to like the top, right? Where this team just won Major One. All right, so it's like so much switch, like so quickly, like, you know, like Ben said. I mean, Ben, what did they lose? Like 8 out of their last 9 or some shit?
7 of the last 8.
7 out of the last 8, which is just crazy to me, bro. Just makes no sense.
I feel bad for Chris. He called Ben on a March Madness commercial race.
I just want to say something because I knew I wasn't delusional, bro. They lost. They lost the fucking.
Let Chris talk.
They lost both their hard points to Optic. They lost both their hard points to Optic, and they lost hard points to Surge. Like that isn't, dude. And they lost both those series. And then they lost 0-3 to fucking Toronto and KOI, obviously 3-0. They lost both of the fucking hard points. Yes, their hard point in the last couple series has been better, but they're still losing search, and that has been their main problem. But the reason why you're seeing them get even worse this stage is because now their search has not improved at all, and then they're also losing HPs.
Yeah.
It's both. It's not just one or the other. Like, bro, the fact that they fucking lost hard points to Surge, motherfucker. Surge.
Yeah.
They're losing hard points to Surge and getting 3-0'd and losing hard points to Minnesota, Toronto, fucking Cloud9.
Listen, I'll tell you, their problem at hard point this stage has been just holding hills. They just cannot, like, last stage, they were both really good at holding and breaking, and they physically are like, they're the second worst team at fucking holding. You know, the only team worse than them holding hills is fucking C9. It's not, no disrespect.
But yeah, and they lost the hard point to C9. They've lost hard points to C9. They've lost hard points to Surge, and then they've lost hard points. They've lost hard points to every team, barring their last 2 matches. Literally every single match.
I hate to say like was Major One a fluke because I don't think it was.
They
played really good in December.
I don't think so.
Listen, let me finish my thought. They play good in November. They can play good in December. They play good in January. I don't think Major One's a fluke, but I have think that the pack has come back to them. We've seen this happen with teams at time, and they haven't adjusted yet in these modes. And look, they were during that run. Your point, Chris, they were really good at hardpoint. They were like okay at the other modes when it mattered, especially at the event. They were really good at overload and S&D in order to actually clutch up at Major One. Now to regress, like I just concerned with these guys that if they have a poor showing at this event, do you just stick with this roster and just give them? They just say, you know, whatever.
You gotta give them one more stage, bro, right? You have to.
8-9, like, fuck it, we gotta give them more stage, right?
Yeah, 100%. Especially because, you know, I know they had some things going on outside the game too, which, you know, is not easy to deal with, right? You know, I mean, I feel like you definitely give these guys another stage, bro. You don't. They want a major already. They want a major.
You're also getting a map refresh.
The grass ain't always greener on the other side, man. It really isn't. You know, you got to be careful when you're making changes, especially when you have a championship caliber team, right? But
I would say, but this is another series again. Bill played pretty good in the hard points. The other modes, especially the searches, he was disappointing. Want to see Dill turn up at land because statistically right now, he's one of the worst players in the league. And I don't know how sustainable it's going to be long-term for the squad.
Talking about Dill and Envoy?
Yes.
Yeah, he's been struggling. I mean, he's definitely hasn't been looking like Dill, but he's had stints like this, right? Where he struggles and then he brings it back. I feel like this has happened multiple times with Dill and Envoy, where he kind of goes like up and down. But, you know, I mean, in his last 5, he had a .93, a .84, 1.06. a .69, and a .66. So he hasn't been too bad the last 3 series.
I'm not gonna lie. I think it's very hard to dominate a stage and then go on and keep dominating. Like, I'm not saying that these guys should be better than they are, but what I will say is that since we didn't have any map changes going into the series, considering they were basically the fucking blueprint for Respawn for all teams going into stage 2, everyone caught up to them in like a lot of aspects, and then they just failed to improve. I think this team benefits from a map change because if they likely got ahead of the curve early on before, they'll probably do it again when maps like flip. So I think giving them another stage, regardless of the result they get here, is probably the smart thing to do. Yeah, they just, I don't know. It's tough, man. It's tough for them.
Yeah. Ben, you got anything you want to add to the series?
I mean, I think for Thieves, this is the kind of standard of how I want to play. I don't know what happened in that third map. They called in that fucking streak, tilted, and then lost that map, then lost the Colossus. So I felt like the 3-0 was there. They let the series go to 5 when it shouldn't have. But the S&Ds have looked really good, which you'll need against FaZe if they're playing in round 1 of the bracket. I think if you're a Thieves fan, you got to feel happy about how they close out the stage.
Yeah, I definitely think these are looking pretty good. They just looks like they had just had like a mental switch. Like even the way they're playing a game, right? I think you mentioned it. Just the way that they're making use of their kills just seems so much better now. Like they're taking space so much faster. And they're kind of not letting teams breathe, which I feel like is what you need to do in this game. Is just kind of push teams back, stagger them, and keep filling in the layers, right?
And bro, you got like obviously Niam's new to the league, but you got fucking Scrap Abizi and fucking Paco running at you. Like, how are we not wanting to play that way? Like, I'm fully trusting these guys to win.
Even
50-50s.
Niam, bro. Even Niam.
All day long. Yeah, Niam's been great.
Niam played really well today.
Niam's unbelievable.
I'm not taking anything from Niam. I'm just more so saying like with the 3 proving guys
that
have been aggressive challengers for most of their careers, taking gunfights left and right, creating highlight plays. I would want those guys to be in cheeks and face.
Yeah. I mean, it's and I do want to give credit to Niam. He's been great with the sniper as well in the S&Ds. I feel like he kind of got slotted into that role. I know Paco talked about it in the interview about giving the sniper to Niam just because, you know, they look at Ernie as one of the best ARs in the game, right? So they want Ernie keeping an AR in his hand. But Niam, he's working the map with the snipe, and I love watching it because I know he did it in Challengers. I know he's a good snipe, so to see him doing it in the CDL is also cool to see. He's been finding some picks. No, Duarte, he's been getting them. He's been getting those picks.
I mean, dude, I said it before when we were looking at Thieves S&D. I'm like, they're missing a sniper. Listen, Ernie's all right with it, but like, I don't think he should be sniping. Just kind of how like of the Falcons, I don't think fucking Kismet should have been sniping. Like, it's good that they got it out of his hands, and Niam's been pretty good with it. So
yeah,
I hope I'm not jinxing him, but have we seen Niam have a bad ball overload map yet?
He's been very good at overload.
Pretty lights out.
Guys, like.
You know what he does good? You know what he does good in overload? He does such a great job playing ahead of the game. He'll take space. He'll set up plays. Like he'll get pushed up on a map and make a play and just trust his teammates to get the kills needed. And then, you know, Niam's already so far ahead of the play. He just puts himself in good spots. He just knows when and when not to do it. He's been playing a game mode really smart. I still think more teams need to play like that in overload. Like they need to play more ahead of the game. Sometimes I feel like teams
requires a lot of faith in your team to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you look at a team like Toronto Koi. Like sometimes in overload, I just feel like they're so slow. It's like pulling hair, man. It's like somebody just get out and take a route or make a play.
I feel like in the same way we talk about hardpoint, like needing to play with pace. If you don't do it on overload, you're gonna lose most of your games to a team who is playing that way.
Yeah.
Like they're able to transfer so much more of their offense abilities, and then you just have no chance to get map control because they're always in your face.
Right. Yeah, I mean, pressure's everything in this day and age in COD, right? You gotta make plays off your kills, and you gotta kind of pin teams back and stagger them. And you know, you see the teams who do that very well are the ones that consistently win. I mean, you look at a team like Optic. I think that's why they were so successful in this stage. Is like you see Shotzi and Hook and the routes that they take, and if they're not taking it, then Merc is doing it. Even Bruce at times is pulling out the pistol and he's running at people. Right, it's just a different pace that I think people are starting to realize now. But you guys got any final thoughts on the series with LA Thieves and the Gentlemen?
No, right. I think if you're a Thieves fan, they got a real shot at this event, man. I think finally it's looking up.
Mm-hmm. All right, sounds good. Let's move on to the next series of the day. We got the Miami Heretics going up against the Boston Breach. This one, oh man, this was a quick one. This was a 3-0 victory for the Miami Heretics as they take down Boston, which, by the way, if you guys don't know, Boston Breach does not make it into the play-in for Major 2. So Boston Breach and Cloud9 are eliminated and will not be going to Birmingham, which definitely sucks for them. But Miami, they come out, they get a 3-0 victory here. It was pretty clinical from them. We start things off with a Den hard point. Miami win this one 250-157. And we got an exposure S&D where Miami wins 6-4, an exposure overload where Miami wins 6-2, and complete the 3-0. Boston 3-8 in the stage. Miami 7-4. We'll scroll down and take a look at the stat sheet. Man, look at Nasty, man. He's saving the squad from a red carpet. Nasty with a 1.13. But just looking at the rest of his team, he needed some help today. You got a 0.78 from Purge, a 0.75 from Snoopy, and a 0.9 coming in from Spart. On the other side, everybody in the green, you had a 1.04 from Metals, a 1.2 from Rencor, a 1.34 from Super, and a 1.04 from Trakes. A fantastic series from him. Match MVP going to be Super with a 1.21 in Hardpoint, a 2.0 in Search, and a 1.26 in Overload. Super's numbers have been insane. I know it's Boston, but
fucking ridiculous.
I mean, he's been nuts. Ray, I want to start with you on this one, Ray. What do you think of the series, Ray? Boston continue to struggle. Miami are on the up. I mean, what you think, Ray?
Is it fair to say we don't have to talk about Boston since they won't be at the major?
Yeah, we don't need to talk about him too much, but I did want to just mention that I think Nasty's been giving everything he's got out there. I wanted to show him some love and give him some credit. I feel like Nasty's doing everything he can here.
I think oh my god, I can't fucking talk. I think the system on Boston's side is just off right now. Like they just never seem to be able to do something as a team and be on the same page. And when they do, they're just not getting the kills. So it's just tough scenes. But
yeah,
Super has to be the most impactful S&D player in the game right now. Obviously, Sniper usually you probably said that about most teams. But I think like what they said on the stream today is actually fair. It seems like Miami actually sets up most of their strats around him. While other teams will like send their sniper in a sense of playing the outside of the map to get a pick or kind of play away from what's going on a little bit. Super always seems to be involved and doesn't shy away from the close range gunfight when his team's around him. I feel like it's got to be so annoying to play against, like in any way, shape, or form. If you know a guy's holding an angle and you are literally about to die, and how much, like we can all agree, he hits most of his shots. I can't even imagine playing.
He holds shotgun angles with snipes.
Literally, oh, it's nuts.
Yeah,
using an op.
I'm not gonna lie, like, and this is more my take previously, and I was a little down on Miami in terms of their pace and hardpoint. I don't know if necessarily they just picked it up recently or they're just all kind of playing at a high level, which makes it look better. That's probably the only fault I would give Miami is just the pace at which they accomplish certain things on the map when they do get their kills. But I mean, it's hard not to buy Miami stock right now. Like I would argue, the most consistent second best team. We can't say they are because
there it is, right?
I know. I said they were consistent. My bad. But I would argue definitely, like, I would have a hard time seeing them not make Sunday at this major just because of how well they've been playing recently. And again, their search is just really, really strong. They don't really have like super weakness in the mode either. Like you see these guys, like they got to be hard to play against in all modes. So I don't know. I like these guys. I really like. I'm going to be excited to see them play this major.
Yeah, Benj, what you think? What you think of the series?
First thought, I thought Easy Mac had a good tweet. We've talked about it a few times. This really should have been before the Vancouver series. I know that the league is always trying to get, say, Gentlemates to play one of the first two matches if they can, just for EU viewership, especially on a Sunday. But like, this shouldn't have been after the Vancouver series. And I feel bad for the Boston guys because they were just chalked going into the series already. They knew whatever they did in the series, they was playing for pride, and it looked like after the first map. Actually, they were kind of locked for the second map.
Well, they were playing for pride. Do they got none?
Well, yeah, they haven't had much most of this fucking stage, to be honest. The sub duo really hasn't had that fucking power, and we'll get to that in a second. But they were pretty checked out, I think, midway through this series, and it was a pretty clean 3-0. I think for Miami, good bracket draw, good finish this stage. I think for all the things Ray said, I think they're a super dangerous team, and I'm really excited to see what they can do at an EU event. And as for Boston, man, time to make some fucking changes.
Yeah. Pat, let's go to you. Is it time to blow it up?
Oh, guys, what do you know? We only made one change. It didn't work out. We didn't qualify. We were fucking horrible before. We knew we should have made more than one change. We didn't, and it didn't work. Oh, who could have thought? Mm-hmm. Yes, it's been time to blow up, bro. This is why you blow it up. Like, literally, you know your ass. You don't just make these, like, you don't put a Band-Aid on the problem. And, like, Spark, to his credit, was a pretty hefty Band-Aid the first couple matches. But that wasn't going to stay at that pace. Like, this is the reason that you make changes early. So you're not again in these scenarios. I mean, I don't feel bad for any of these cats. I don't feel bad for the Boston management. They could have prevented this. They could have easily had made a multiple person swap and placed top fucking 10 God, that's so pathetic. Top 10 in this fucking ladder to get to the event. Yeah, I like Nasty obviously is the only one that's like for sure. I think him and Smart might consider fighting too. They could have picked up fucking like some of the Bush and just tried that out and just nasty in the Bush experiment is what I would have done. Yeah, now they're not going. It's their fault. I don't feel bad. It's time to blow it up. It's time for management to blow it up. This whole org just gotta go.
Damn. The whole org play? You want to get them blow up the organization as well?
I want everything changed, huh?
Okay.
Except for Nasty and Spark. They I can see them in Major 3. That's fine.
Pat, can I lay a stat on you?
They need a
quick?
sub duo.
Pat, can I give you a stat? Mercules is what, 1 win away from passing Snoopy in all-time wins.
I mean, that's insane. That's under a year, right? He hasn't
Think
even
about
been in the
that.
league a year.
Yeah, under a year. Merc hasn't played for a full year
Think
yet.
about that.
Which is kind of crazy. Snoopy's been in league since
Snoopy's
when?
played like 90-something series, I want to say. And Merc's played like 40 total.
Yeah, that's kind of
So
crazy.
what's Snoop won? Like a third of his series?
Yeah, he's like 35 and 60-something. And Merc is 34 and 11 total, I believe.
And on top of that, bro, this team has just been a big friendship team. Like just recycling the
super
same
friendship team, bro.
doo-doo players. So yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Sam, you want to add anything on the series?
On the side of Miami, I think I'm happy if I'm a fan. I'm happy if I'm on the team. I think their search is going to send them hopefully deep into the tournament. They're relatively well-rounded. Like there's a couple map pool issues here and there, but overall, just I think their search is just so strong that they can take them the distance. Miami is just a good team, and I'm excited to watch them play. Boston, I mean, I'm shooting bodies at this point, but yeah, I mean, Purge and Snoop, it's been time, brother. It's been time. Purge, I don't know what has happened. I know like the individual like actual statistical performances have been the problem, but I've always thought that he had a relatively good head on his shoulders for the game. But for some reason, the last maybe month of their series, he has had 2 blackouts a series that I am like out of my chair at. I don't know what's going on with that. But it's
I tried
time,
to warn y'all.
It's time to go. I know the invasion play, Pat.
Bro. I tried. Yo, honestly, Perch, and I'm sure you're a great dude. I don't really know you. But like the fact that after that MW3 invasion play, you have managed to pull off 2.5 more years. Oh, tippable, bro. Tippable finesse. I don't know how you did it.
Bro, it's a couple per S&D.
Hers was doing well last year, wasn't he? I feel like last year he actually was good.
He had some fucking crazy moments like Vault Hardpoint. We all remember the 40 takeover map he had. Like he was not bad last year. But for whatever reason, this game does not click with him. And I mean, this team genuinely could be good. I think Nasty and Spart could actually be a serviceable AR duo. I'm actually high on both of them. I think they're both good players, but this team sub duo is just so far past the point of no return. Like if Boston gives any fucks about actually winning in the CDL or trying to win, they both need to be gone. It is what it is. I mean, we've been saying it, but now we've reached the point where they need to understand. Like it just has to happen.
Yeah,
so.
Somebody link me BO6 Purge highlight clips. I gotta see that.
Bro, he was not. He actually was not bad. Genuinely, he was not bad.
They were a hard out last year. Just speaking from a competitor standpoint, like they were not the easiest team to play against by no means. Yeah. Which is it's kind of weird to think about because to me, like from a just efficient way of playing the game, they're not. Last year's game and this year's game are pretty similar in that sense.
Didn't they get top 3 at champs? Or am I
yeah, they did. We beat them in losers final to make it to the finals. But yeah, no, it's surprising that they've had this level of like crappiness. I'll use a nice word.
You're so nice, Ray. Right? You're so nice.
I try to be.
What about you, Duarte? You got anything you want to add to the series?
I mean, you guys already said the sub Puo has got to go, bro. They are just ass.
Come on.
They are just ass. I don't know if it's them together. I don't know if it's them individually, but it doesn't matter. Both of them have basically not really earned their place on this roster at all. On the side of the Heretics, I'm glad to see them bounce back against the work from home team. And yes, we're going to call them that until they do something at a tournament. But I will say the Heretics have had an insane February. If you look at their last series, they've won 3-0, 3-0, 3-2, 3-0, 3-0, lost 2-3, and then 3-0 again. So, yeah, these guys are fucking insane team. They're a great team. Excited to watch them play. Super is fucking putting up MVP stats. This stage, and I'm curious to see if they manage to keep this going. And shit, man, I don't know if this is it, but this may be potentially the year that Miami can win a major. Maybe. We'll see.
Well, not
Bro.
major 2, because that's on the Thieves. I had to do a refresher real quick because y'all said Boston got top 3, and I remember that they got
They
something like
nuzzled
that.
everybody.
They won 2 series, game 5, and
They
got
nuzzled
top
everybody.
3 at COD champs.
They double Neslo too.
It was crazy.
That is kind of crazy,
Whoa.
Pat. 2
What?
series and you're already top 3, man. Damn, that's
There's
crazy.
only 8 teams that make it, so yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Ray, they played less matches than like
I know,
08
Pat.
Nationals where
I
only
know,
like
Pat.
5 teams showed up.
I know, Pat.
How is that possible?
Yeah, it is kind of
We're,
crazy.
we're Pat.
Well,
Thank you.
technically it's the same amount, Pat, but yeah. I feel you, bro. I feel you.
All right, well, does anybody else have... Oh, by the way, if Miami do go on and win a major, I'd be so happy for them. That'd be so fucking cool if
100%.
Miami went out. I mean, I feel like just the passion that flows through those guys is insane. Like, if they
I
actually
like
came out
watching
and
them
won
play,
one...
man.
I'd
Me
cry
too.
real
They're a fun
tears.
team to watch. And they're such likable guys. I mean, how can you not like Miami, bro? They just...
Yeah, but the thing is, and you got to think, because you guys are pulling for Miami, you know for a fact, if they win, the Sniper GA is back on the table. Just so y'all know. 'Cause that
I
will
don't know,
happen.
man. There's a couple people raining havoc on the league with that. I don't know if everyone will be down.
Yeah, I mean, I actually feel like the sniper's been so much fun. But you can't tell me this shit isn't more entertaining with a sniper in, bro. It's been fun to watch.
100%.
Anyone who says that's lying.
Yeah, I mean,
100%
we've
the
also
opposite.
seen people completely whiffing with a snipe, by the way. All right, we see whiffs. We see a lot of whiffs. And I think it's pretty cool. We see a lot of sniper battles as well, right? It's kind of like one of those things where do you, like, for instance, when you play Super, for an example, right? Like, do you try and run strategies without a sniper to try and counter it and maybe try and utilize another part of the map? Or do you actually snipe and try and counter Super with a sniper? Right?
I'm curious on the overall stats for the season because I know Ali was bringing it up for the broadcast. He has like 120 snipes, I think, on the year so
gotta have
far.
the most.
I'm curious. Oh, no, he definitely has the most, but I'm
Yeah.
curious on who has second or like how
I
far the
can tell
margin
you right now.
actually
Give
is.
me 3 seconds.
I would like for the observers to also watch the snipers a little more, especially early in the rounds when they go in positions
Yeah, I
that are going to
agree.
be impacting. Like I feel like we're not seeing a lot of these kind of sniper battles, and to be fair, especially with like a team like Miami, like Super is going to be leading the charge on most of these early round plays because of what their team strategy is. I want to see more of it, basically.
Okay,
I
so
agree, Ray.
Super has number 1 with 111. Who do you think is number 2?
I mean, it's
Sid?
got to be like Dante
Is
or
it
like
Sid or
Gotta be
Dashy?
maybe
It's
Dante
Exceed or,
is
Sid.
Don-
it's Exceed or Dante.
Dante's number 2, Abuza's number 3, and Brandon's number 4. How many kills do you think Dante has?
I'm gonna say it's
Uh,
less than half.
I'm going to say 74.
I'm gonna say less than half.
Less.
Less?
Damn.
Oh my
I think it's like
God.
50, Ben. I think it's in the
55.
50s.
More. 68.
Okay, it's 60 something.
Bro, that is insane. Wait, how much does Super have?
111.
Oh
That's a
my God.
He's averaging a snipe point for it every 10 rounds he plays.
Bro, that is actually insane. Like, that's
And the
crazy.
And the distribution of the next couple of players, including Gwyn, like they're all around about like a quarter of the rounds they play. So he's an outlier for sure. In that
The
aspect.
consistency is like legitimately baffling because it's not even like, oh man, he's really on today. It's like every single fucking map, this guy is hitting absurd snipes every time. Like he's so consistent to the point where Miami can legitimately play around him just sniping.
Yeah.
Like that's an insane win con.
If I was playing, I'd have 2 smoke grenades in his face at every spot he's on the map, picking his team apart left and right, bro. Other teams just don't be doing that.
You're
I don't
only
know.
allowed once, lad.
That's a problem. That's a problem in itself. You've always been allowed 2 smokes
So
before.
you'd break GAs, Pat? You just break the GA, say fuck it?
I mean, I would have had 2 smokes allowed from the get go.
On that extent, though, is it fair to say that we haven't really seen people use smoke against snipers all that much?
I just don't.
Is it that hard to do it?
I don't think this. I mean, I don't know if this is hot. I don't think it's a hot take. Smokes are ass. They're dog shit.
Yeah,
you
they're
can see
not
through
good.
them.
Nah, but
You throw
they still are good against snipers. Like that's like the one thing it's good against.
Bro,
can,
World
like, with
War
normal
II
But
guns-
Duarte, you
World
can
War II
still
smokes were,
see people.
chef's
Like if you're
kiss.
sniping and you're looking through a smoke, you can still see people's silhouettes through the smoke. You can still
Sometimes
see.
it's inconsistent, yes.
Yo, Ray,
but
who worked on
That's
World
kinda
War II? Wow, chef's kiss, man.
Wait, say that again?
Great game. Who worked on World War II?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, them smokes were beautiful.
Yeah, good. What a great game that was. Holy
Great,
crap.
best card in the
Great
last
game.
15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Hey,
Great rank play there too. You
I
know?
loved World War II. The rank play was great, and then I felt like it was so really competitive. Like the game actually made sense. Like the fundamentals made sense.
I wonder who made the rank play in that game.
I don't know.
I wonder who.
You guys send him flowers though.
Absolutely. Whoever it is, he's a phenomenal guy. All right, let's switch on over. Any thoughts? Any final thoughts, guys, of Miami and Boston? Anything you guys want to add? Absolutely. Let's hop into the last series of the day, and then we'll take a look at the bracket for Major 2. We got Toronto Koi going up against Optic, Texas. And man, I think Optic was a little pissed off after that loss from Falcons yesterday because they come in and they win this one 3-0 over Toronto. Optic, Texas, end stage 2, 10-1. Which is phenomenal work from them. Toronto 5-6. We start things off on a Den hard point where Optic Texas win 250-216. Then we got a Raid S&D where Optic wins 6-3. And then we got a Scar Overload where Optic Texas win 5-4. We'll scroll down and take a look at the stat sheet. We got our first red carpet of the day. And it comes in from Toronto. You got CleanX with a .78, Insight with a .67, Joe Thieves with a .93, and Kips with a .84. On the other side, holy hell, a 1.39 from Dashy, most damage in the lobby, a 1.06 from Hook, a 1.25 from Merc, and a 1.25 from Shotzi. I mean, this wasn't even close. We'll scroll down. No match MVP. You could have gave it to any of them, to be honest with you. They all fried. Duarte, we'll start with you. What did you think of the series, Duarte?
Belt to ass. They played Den hardpoint, even though Toronto's been good at Den. They said, fuck it, we'll take you on that map, and they still won. Good S&D, close Overload, but I mean, Optic, yeah, I mean, they're clear cut right now, best team. Wasn't really surprised by the result. I did want Ultra or KOI to put up a little bit more of a fight, but they got fucking steamrolled. So yeah. I don't know. No, I don't really have anything to really talk about. They just got shit on.
Mm-hmm. Pat, what about you, Pat? What'd you think of the series?
Well, so going into it, I didn't know where Toronto would fall in the bracket if they won or lost. But now that I saw, this is tactical loss. Think about it. They were in the play-in no matter what, and they're either facing Gentlemates or Surge.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this was a very intelligent decision to face the Surge. This is getting you a great rep on land before you play Optic. And I think they know. I mean, dude, think about it too. Like, even though Optic won, and like, look how bad the slaying was here, right? Like, Optic extremely outslayed Toronto. Maps were kind of close. I don't know. Like,
the Overload's misleading. The Overload's it was 5-1 or some
big of
shit.
A slaying differential, I would expect like a crazy blowout, like 100-point club, like 8-0 Overload. It was kind of close, and.
Pat's ability to pull literally anything out of his ass is so tippable,
Insight
bro.
was doing his best.
So
Insight was doing his best Envoy performance. I know Envoy used to be on this Toronto team. He was mimicking him today, basically giving the match away, which, like I said, it was a tactical loss. I think Toronto, I think they're at that point where, and this, I did something like this back in the day as well. We were so good at St. Marie, we had to start losing it a little bit so people would start letting it in the vetoes because it became an auto veto against us. I think they did the same thing here today to kind of lighten up on their din just so other teams start allowing din. Other than that, though, I mean, Toronto, they lose here, but they got a great bracket, I think. They got the best team they could have played in the play-in. And yeah, for them, I'm not too worried. For Optic's side, I mean, again, kind of crazy. They weren't lagging today. Played 11 games, only lagged in 1. It's kind of crazy, but they got the job done here. I guess tippable, but they're playing a team who was given a tactical loss against. So.
You're aware both teams were lagging yesterday, right?
Yes, I said that. Were you not on the show yesterday? I literally spoke about that.
I don't know why you're saying some fucking conspiracy though.
Yeah. Did you not hear what I said though? Yesterday,
I did.
If both teams were lagging, it was fair. So it cancels out. They got that. They just couldn't face any adversity. That's all I heard. Yeah, but Tom, it was a great way to end it out. Obviously Optic couldn't get the perfect record. That sucks. That's sad. 10-1, not as impressive as 11-0, of course. But yeah, I'm excited, Tom. The way these matches have kind of rounded up, and now seeing this bracket after Toronto had this tactical loss getting surged, it's gonna be a fun tournament.
Mm-hmm. Always a pleasure hearing from you, Pat. What about you, Sam?
Always a pleasure, man. Pat's ability to literally turn water into wine when it comes to Optic series, bro. It's commendable.
What about you, Sam? What'd you think?
What did I think? I thought Optic was gonna belt him, just off of yesterday, coming off a loss. I was surprised to actually see the Den hardpoint. I kind of commend the Ego Chow. I mean, they handled it pretty well. Bruce had a actually tippable streak, which we don't see, and I'm going to bring up. Streaking for a rotational play to hold a hill as opposed to use it to basically do nothing and try to break a hill as everybody always does. I want to give him his flowers there. It was a P2 to a P3 on the first map. I like the streak a lot there, but just a good win for Optic, man. This is exactly what you want going into the major. They're the clear-cut best team right now, and 3-0 in Koi is exactly what you want, again, going into the major. So I thought it was a clean series through and through. I know yesterday, I think it was a tactical loss. I'll say it. I think they look good, and if they don't win, I would be surprised. Sorry to the green wall. I know you guys don't want to hear that come out of my mouth, but I think they should win. On the side of Koi, I think Kips is disgusting. I actually think that kid has potential to be a star in this league. I really do think that. I think he's fucking unbelievably good. I know he got shit on map 3, but I think he's actually gross, and I think he'll be a mainstay for a while. If this team wants to win, you know what I'm gonna say. It's just gotta happen, bro.
Not Jamie.
It's just gotta happen.
Don't
man.
say it, Sam.
It's gotta happen, bro. It has to.
Yeah, Jamie.
Should have happened when they picked up Kips as well.
Gotta happen.
Rambo, and then we'll end with you, Benj. Rambo, what you think? What you think of the series?
I'm actually sad that Optic lost yesterday. To be honest with you, I really wanted to see him break this whole mentality of you can't win a major if you went undefeated in the stage. I think them winning a stage completely clean would have been pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah,
it would have been. They just weren't good enough to get it done, though.
Dude.
But nonetheless, I mean, they showed today wasn't anything different than what we expected. I think it's. I mean, they did they pick then, or they just left it in knowing
They
Toronto
probably left it in.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, to me, they're probably like trying to get a map rep out of it, and they look pretty good on Den today too, which I think is commendable and is going to help them go in the tournament. Like playing the maps that you're not necessarily the best at, and showing that you can win them against teams that are really good at, which we can argue that Toronto's recent successes mostly happened from Den. Shows that now you have that edge on other teams going to vetoes in the tournament. They have to think about these things. So. Good win by Toronto. From the Toronto side, I feel like their issues are similar to what these issues were for at least for Hardpoint. And honestly, you probably speak from at least for the respawns in general. I think they like pace, but as a team, like we've seen Joe kind of set pace and be the aggro chowder all year. Now they picked up Kips. Kips is kind of like joining him on that stint. Kleenex kind of has his moments, and then Inside just always seems to be lagging behind. I feel like you can't find success unless you have 4 guys that are actively able to take the positions they need to take, which means that if we get 4 down on a hard point and I'm first forward, I need to be aggressive and I need to go forward.
Yeah.
So
especially with this map set.
Yeah, I think to me it's like I get the idea of people feeling the way they feel about Jamie, and obviously statistically you'll like it's hard not to feel that way, but I would love for them to change their mindset a little bit and see if they can make it work by playing the game more efficiently. And
this has been like my bad, Dre, but this has been a problem for them for a long time. Like we've talked about Jamie's pace specifically for a very, 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 very like years.
And I feel like in previous game though, it wasn't as glaring as an issue as it is this year, and also you could put last year into that bucket. Like I feel like there needs to be a realization that, hey, like we're not performing to what we expect of ourselves to right now. Like it's not like I still don't believe that Jamie's a bad player. Jamie's a good player. You just if you are not playing the game in the best way possible, then you're putting yourself in impossible situations, which will make you look bad, bro. Like all these guys in the league now, especially now, like bro, we keep talking about parity. Like there's like at least 8, 9 good teams in the league now that are probably hard to win if you're not playing good COD. Like if you're not giving yourself the best chances positionally and putting teams in blenders like they're putting you in blenders, then you're just not going to succeed, and you will look the way they're looking now statistically. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
So I would like more seeing that be a change first. I get the idea of the pitchforks and asking for change, but I think unless you really kind of start doing things the way you need to be doing them, it's hard to tell. Like Tom was saying earlier, the grass isn't always greener. Like granted, you can probably find another player that will immediately bring pace. But yeah, I think I still haven't given on the Toronto team. I still think the roster from a mold still has potential to be a good team. I just think there's things there. It's probably just more of a mentality change they need to kind of switch up to have a chance to find success.
I think for this team to not make a change, they have to go to this major. They got to place top 4, and Jamie has to have a good stage. Because like looking at their online results before they picked up Kips, they were getting shit on. They picked up Kips. They got 3 3-0s, then lost to Falcons, beat Breach, got upset by Cloud9, beat Surge, who they're supposed to be, and then obviously here they got shit on by Optic. So like it's been like up and down for them since picking up Kips. It started off really hot, but ultimately, like if this team is expected to contend for championships with the personnel they have on their team, always consistently placing top 4, they gotta do it on LAN, and then Jamie needs to step up. Period.
Right. I have we not seen, like, is it not fair to say though Jamie's not had a bad year per se?
No.
Like, he's obviously had some bad
He
games.
hasn't.
Like, that's not, but for the most part, like, he, especially Major 1, like, he was putting out, like, the guy was playing good. I think again, it's more like I'm always going to be a believer in players, especially players that have had found success. I haven't seen him be really bad enough. Obviously, it's just, again, away from the stats we've seen and how he's trying to go about playing the game. To me, again, it's more the idea of if they can find their way in terms of how to play the game from a team standpoint. I feel like you'll see these players come to light and have a better chance.
I mean, it's not about him being that bad. It's about the expectation of this team. It's
Right.
like he needs to play at the level of a top 4 caliber team player. He can't play average. And that's like kind of like what we're seeing. It's like what he's doing fine. It's like, okay, he's not shitting the bed. He's playing okay, but he's not like excelling. And I think that's what this team's missing. Him and Kleenex have not had their like, they have not been like really good this year. They've been all right. And I think they need ARs that are going to excel in their role.
What about you, Benj?
Well,
What do you think?
I think also their problem with Jamie is like, last year, especially early on this season, he was a clutch master in search. And this team, look, we spent a lot of time talking about pace. I think their pace in search is also terrible. They're one of the worst search teams in the league. Lost another S&D today. That's now 4 losses, 5 of the last 6. Going to this event with their only win against Boston. Like, I don't, I think, the respawn doesn't always seem efficient, even though their overload's actually really not that bad. I think they also were just a bad search team, and they were also a bad search team last year. So what do you equate the like 18th month trend on that issue? The personnel is pretty similar. It's 3 players across both that.
I think somebody in chat brought it up, so I don't want to like completely take credit, but like Insight has not been good, but Kleenex also has been getting a pass just because Insight has been worse.
Yeah, Toby's been pretty under the radar.
Yeah, Toby has also not been good. So this AR duo is just not working out completely. Obviously, Kleenex has transitioned to that role. I don't know if it's by complete choice.
Oh, he's a sub now, though. Isn't he a sub since Kips came in?
I mean, yes, but like Kips runs a sub a lot. I think on that fucking den, he had a sub out most of the game, and Toby had an AR.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Kips is, I think he's more of a sub player, to be honest.
Yeah, he's been doing really well with the sub, and I think I've seen Kleenex with the AR out still. So yeah, I don't know.
Listen, we still have a whole season to play, but I think the cardinal sin of this team this year is going to be like the original stage is going to be keeping Jamie and Toby together when they should have broken them up this offseason. I think they're going to end up doing it again in the next offseason. They're just not up to caliber of some of these other teams. I'm worried about the S&D. I'm worried about this match draw they have coming up here in the bracket. I think it could be a very short event for them.
I need this Birmingham to go exactly how I expect, and the teams that are currently excelling online to do well at the LAN, because I want all these teams to change. I think there could be a lot of interesting rosters and a lot of challengers pulled up, because a lot of these teams need to make changes.
We'll see how people play at LAN. We'll see a couple of teams make changes, but I don't think it's gonna be as many as you think after this event.
I mean, put it this way. If the online results, for the most part, are similar to like the way LAN results are, which is probably not going to be the thing, there's at least like 4 or 5 teams that could potentially make changes, that need to make changes to even be competitive.
That's fair. I'll give you that.
Ben, what do you think of Optic? What do you think of Optic? I thought Optic played well. What do you think of them?
I think it was a really good den rep, which they need in their bag. I thought the overload in the S&D was good. I mean, it's just kind of business as usual from what we've seen from Optic this stage. I think they got a great bracket draw, as you see on your screen. I'm going to stick to what I said a few weeks ago, that this event is Optic's to win. If they can't figure it out, if they go to LAN, individual players fall off, if game modes fall off, it'll be really disappointing. They've honestly played great for about a month and a half now.
Yeah, just let the audio listeners know, get the bracket up. We have 2 play-in matches. We have Toronto Koi going up against Vancouver Surge, and then we have the Carolina Royal Ravens going up against the Paris Genomates. Winner of Toronto Koi and Vancouver Surge will play Optic Texas in first round of the winners bracket, and then winner of Carolina Royal Ravens and Paris Genomates will play Miami Heretics in the first round of the winners bracket. On the Optic side of the bracket, you have G2 going up against Riyadh Falcons, so the winner of the Optic series will play the winner of that series, and then on the side of the Miami side, you have LA Thieves going up against FaZe Vegas, which I think is going to be a big round 1 matchup that we're all excited to see. This bracket is insane. I mean, we got some great matchups here. I mean, we can start with the play-ins. We can give some predictions on the play-ins, and We'll go down the list. I mean, Toronto Koi versus Vancouver. Do we all got Toronto in that one? I know, Ray, you were thinking maybe Vancouver can squeeze out an Eslo in that series based on the stats.
I think it's going to be closer than maybe what we expect, but I still got Toronto in it.
Yeah, I think I got Toronto as well. But what do you think, Pat? Who do you got?
Oh, yeah, I got Toronto. They wanted this team. All the teams in the play-in. This is the...
Your
That's a loss, Pat.
Yeah, your mic's cutting out a little bit today, but...
Oh, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
But yeah, Toronto wanted this team. It was the best option for them to have in this entire play-in, so I got them winning.
Okay, what about you, Duarte? You got Toronto?
If Toronto doesn't win, I'll eat my foot on stream. But yeah,
You better be careful.
Clip it,
The
chat.
numbers made this mistake before
Clip
you.
it,
You
chat.
got to be real careful about that one.
dude, I just don't want to watch Surge, bro. I don't want to watch more Surge matches. Like, I get it. You know, sometimes they might just randomly pull out wins, but most of the time they're just fucking shit, man. I don't like watching them. It's so boring because they're delaying the fucking inevitable, bro. This team is not good.
What about you, Sam? What do you got?
Yeah, I got Vancouver or fucking Toronto. Excuse me.
You got Toronto as well?
Yeah.
Ben, do you have Toronto? Everybody got Toronto?
I have Toronto with an asterisk. They need to win this game or 3 or 4 maps because if this shit goes 5, they're not winning that last map. I'll tell you that.
Okay. And then what about the Carolina Royal Ravens going up against the Paris Gentlemen? Does anybody see Carolina pulling out a victory there?
I
could see it,
bro.
I could see it, man.
I can see it.
I could see it.
I just want
I'm not
Carolina
gonna
to
pick
turn
it,
up
but
on
I
land
would
this
not
event.
be shocked.
Yeah.
If you're Carolina, because like I think this is going to be Tom. If you pull up the schedule page, is this a main stage match? I think so, right? This being played on Alpha.
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know. What did you tell me to pull up?
I put in the DM a link to the schedule. I think this is an Alpha match. I think if you're Carolina, you got to win map 1 this series. If you do that, I assume there'll be a lot of Gentlemates fans in the building for this one. I'd let the Gentlemates guys simmer on the fact that they've lost 8 of the last 9. I think you have a chance. If you let the Gentlemates team like generate any momentum in this series, I think they get bowled over.
Let me take a look here at the schedule. Let me see what's going on. Alpha stream. Yeah, it is on main stage, man.
Okay.
So that's it. Oh, so there's gonna be a Bravo stream for this event.
Just for day 1.
Just for the first day.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And really interestingly enough, for our audio listeners, the play-ins get played, and in the next set of matches, FaZe and Thieves are on Alpha, and then Miami and then the winner of the Carolina Paris match is on Bravo. So that team's playing back-to-back. But Toronto, Vancouver, the winner of that playing Optic on Alpha.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm glad
Yeah.
there's a Bravo stream though, because we've heard for fucking years now that like one of the reasons they have to show every fucking team because of the stream shit. Obviously, that's not true. So I hope they fucking split some stuff up differently going forward, format-wise, since clearly multiple streams is in fact allowed here between all the teams.
I mean, Major 4 was the same last year, Pat.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the biggest fucking argument for why we can't have a different format is because of the fact that
I also think
we
it's
have
just
to have
because
one
DreamHack
priority
is a
stream.
3-day event.
Yeah,
Guys,
yeah.
the Major 4
They're
is
forced
also a
into
3-day
it.
event, guys. So we're also going to have a Bravo stream for that because it's impossible to do a 12-team double their
Which is
bracket.
my point. Then we can change the fucking shitty format.
But I'm really curious why. Maybe it's because they want like Alpha to be, you know, a good environment. And that's why one of these play-in teams is going to get a gap and the other one doesn't. Or maybe they're worried about delays on Bravo and like they want to make sure the schedule isn't lagging behind. Like I'm curious if those are the 2 reasons why the Toronto Vancouver winner gets a break in Carolina. I mean, there's a chance that whoever wins that Carolina Gentlemates match, they lose to Miami. You're playing back-to-back, you have a break, and then you're playing again. No?
I'm gonna be honest. I think both teams who win the play-in are losing to Optic and Miami. I think Optic and Miami are both gonna win their winners round 1. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, I agree.
And
Most likely.
you don't know.
I mean, dude, Gentlemates it's fucking Gentlemates. Like, yeah, they haven't been good, but at the end of the day, they go to an event, bro. Like you still count them out. They did.
Yeah.
Win
I
the
got a
last
little bit of
tournament.
hopium when it comes to Miami, so I think
Yeah,
I'm biased on that
don't get
one.
me wrong. I want Miami to win, but like I'm not gonna say if they play, let's say Gentlemates, it's gonna be a fucking free win. They lost to them in the stage.
Yeah, it won't be a free win.
It was
that's for
before
sure.
it was before the fall off of Gentlemates, right? Like when they started the stage hot. But still, I mean, they did lose to them, so it's not like it's not gonna be a free win.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm very worried about Gentlemates. First off, Carolina would be a tricky matchup for them, and then Tom, go back to the bracket. Who would they if they were to lose to Miami?
Did he say Carolina?
Yeah, I am worried because Carolina's been playing better as of late.
Yeah, they have in the.
Yeah,
They
but they went-
lost 7 of the last 8. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah,
Don't-
but
like,
fucking, but hold on. At the last stage, fucking, they added
Yeah, but
Exceed and basically went undefeated,
okay.
and they still went out last.
Look, guys, look at this bracket. If they lose to Miami, they're playing either FaZe or Thieves. They may get fucking 8th.
Yeah, but we're talking about versus the Ravens, just the Ravens, Ben.
Okay, I hear you. They have a chance against Ravens, but I don't favor them
No,
against
no,
Miami.
Ben,
and
they
I
don't
favor
just
them
have a
against Thieves or
chance. They
FaZe.
have an overwhelming chance.
Okay, we'll see because I think upsets could definitely happen.
I mean, just like how we talk about how teams can be really good online and shit the bed on land, teams can be shit online or average online and go to the event and have a great tournament.
Yep.
Like, yes, the odds are not in their favor, but it's fucking gentlemates. We can't count them out.
Nah,
Guys,
I mean, anything can happen, guys. I mean, we've seen that already in the stage, right? Anybody can beat anybody, especially the mid pack. Go ahead, Ben.
Look at this bracket. If we expect Carolina to get bowled over, one of Thieves, FaZe, Miami, and Gentlemates to get in fucking top 8 this event. So
it is what it is.
I feel like Gentlemates are the most likely team right now to be in that situation.
Yeah, but they're getting past the Ravens. I just wanted to clarify.
We're tipping top 8s though. Are we tipping that? I'm not fucking tipping.
No.
Did you not hear my whole rant 30
8 out of
minutes
10
ago about the
8 out of
Gentlemates? I sold
11.
all stock. I think they're going to be dog shit. I hope they rebound all the way up to Major 4.
I guess we'll see.
And then we also got. Go ahead,
We
right?
had a tier to this too. Like it is. I mean, we have EWC obviously as an overseas event, but this is the first CDL overseas event in a while, and obviously jet lag plays a factor into some of these
Are
matches
people
and how
flying
things
on
perform.
Tuesday?
They
Yeah,
should.
I'll give
Tuesday.
you the tech because I actually got some intel on this. There are a bunch of teams that are flying out tomorrow, a bunch that are flying out on Tuesday, and a number of teams that are before they would be able to scrim in venue on Thursday. I think scrimming somewhere on Wednesday.
Smart.
That's what we did a
super
deal
smart.
for. That's smart.
Yeah, that's smart.
You definitely got to get there as early as possible and get
It
used
is-
to the schedule.
We boot camped at Red Bull for BO4.
It is a disadvantage for the teams that aren't doing that, though. To be fair, so
Yeah.
I don't know who's.
course.
It'd be kind of good to know before we go into the matches which teams had that because that could play a factor into their performances.
Gotta
I'm
be the
sure.
cheaper teams, bro. There's no way.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. That's exactly where our brain goes. Sure.
Yeah, then we got G2 going up against the Riyadh Falcons. I personally have the Falcons in that one. I feel like they're going to squeeze out a win against G2. I think it can be kind of close, but I don't know why. I just have a feeling about the Falcons getting maybe a top 4 placing at this event. What do you think, Pat? You think the Falcons are going to win this one, or you got G2?
Fuck no, I don't got G2. Yeah, I got the Falcons for sure.
Absolutely. Okay. And what about you, Duarte?
I want Falcons to win, but this is a 50-50, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
just
This can
gonna
go
go.
either way.
I'm just gonna go Falcons, but it is a 50-50 series if I've ever seen one, bro. G2, you just never know what you're gonna get out of these guys.
Yeah.
They don't know either. It's just who wakes up. It's good that day.
That was the wildest interview ever, bro. Like when you said that, I was mind blown.
Or you're literally, yeah, some days we just fry. Some days we don't. Okay.
Sometimes they be good, sometimes they be shit.
Maybe shit. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, shout out Katuso. But what about you, Duarte? You went, right? Sam?
I went Falcons. Yeah.
Sam, who do you got?
I got G2 Neslo.
Okay, Sam's got G2 in this one. All right, Sam, what about you, Benj?
I got Falcons 3-1, but the same situation as Toronto. If this goes 5, I'm not feeling great about the Falcons, bro. So
Ray, who do you got?
Bro, this is such a coin flip.
It's a coin
Like,
flip, man. It's a toss-up.
My heart's with the Falcones, so I'll just pick the Falcons. But I think any team who shows up on this day in this matchup can either take each other out. So I just think the Falcons have shown more consistency in respawn. Granted, the search hasn't been the best, but I got the Falcons.
And then we got FaZe Vegas going up against the LA Thieves. Man, Sam, look
Holy
at this,
banger.
man. Look at this.
Holy bang. I'm so sorry to do that to you, Tom, off rip.
Well, hey, you don't got to apologize, Sam. We'll see what happens. Best of luck to you. May the best team win.
Of course.
I got FaZe winning this one, of course, 3-0. Sam, what do you got?
I got Thieves 3-0, Tom.
Absolutely. Okay. What about you, Pat? Who do you got?
These are my major 2 winners, so I got Thieves.
Okay. What about you, Duarte?
Sit on.
I'm just gonna fuck it, FaZe.
Shit on, Sam. Shit on.
2-2.
Ben, what about you, Ben?
I'm gonna go Thieves, but
You're a
again,
piece of shit.
3-2.
but if this goes game 5, FaZe is winning. If this
What
goes game
about
5,
you,
FaZe is
Ray?
winning.
Ray, what about you?
I hate myself for this because I got my boys on the FaZe side, but just because of how things have looked, just because of how things have looked in terms of pace setting recently, if they bring this to the event, I can see them making the finals. So I gotta go Thieves. I fucking hate myself. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry,
man. It hurts, right? It hurts,
I love
man.
my guys, bro. But,
How
hey,
could you go against Twin and Abuza your own guys, right?
My heart's with FaZe, my brain's with Thieves. Okay.
Hey, y'all heard Shotzi? He said he thinks they're gonna get FaZe in the final. That's what he said. Yeah, he said that.
No, that's not what he said. He said he thinks FaZe will be in the final, and they will be versus the LA Thieves.
No, that's not what he said. That's not what he said.
Are we doing predictions for our round one or like our Optic and Heretic series too? Because I know Breaking Point likes us to do those, like predict who's there.
If they play each other.
Well, they're on the same day. Remember, like, so the way like Breaking Point does the predictions is like they make us pick who we win or who would win like the series and who we'd play.
Sunday prediction.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna ask you guys who you think is gonna win the major, but yeah, I mean,
because that's just gonna be complicated because there's a lot of what ifs and we fucked it up last time and we had to do it in the chat anyway.
Yeah, I mean, who do you guys think is gonna win the major? Pat, you got Thieves?
Yeah, I'm thinking Thieves.
Duarte, who do you got?
Optic.
All right, Sam, who do you got?
Optic.
Benj?
I got Optic 3-0.
What the fuck is that?
No!
Ben, your fire alarm going off?
Is that
I don't
Benj?
know. I don't know what's beeping in my apartment.
Your fire alarm.
Well, you better go check that real quick. Before
You mute
you
your
go
mic
down
real
in the
quick?
fire, who do you got?
So before you die in a fire, who's winning?
Benj?
He's gone already. Rest in peace.
Oh,
He
no.
said Thieves.
He said Thieves?
No, he didn't.
No, I heard him say Thieves.
No way, man. No way.
I
All right,
ripped this pod before it's super windy outside. I don't know.
Rip
I
the
don't know what's
pod.
going on.
Evacuate.
Brother, you gotta get out of the building, man. You gotta get out of there.
Never heard this specific alarm before. I don't know what it means.
Oh my god.
Can you mute that mic though?
Wait, before, who do you got? I'll mute your mic and say who's winning the major.
Optic.
Oh. Hey, you just heard a little beep behind his answer. Right, who do you got?
I mean, it's got to be the green wall, just with how consistent they've been. I don't see.
God, we're setting up a dirty curse.
It literally could, like, again, it's COD, bro. Like, anything happen on the day. We've seen a few teams kind of rival with them. It's not like Optic's been like blowing teams out of on every map, but their map pool has got to be the strongest.
Yeah.
They got to be the best team in all three modes combined. It's just hard to say they won't.
Yeah. I'm going to go with FaZe Vegas winning major too. Let's take a look at fantasy.
Of course, Tom.
Let's take a look at fantasy here. Let's see what's going on. That nub, I think he's going, what is it? Top 4 go through? How does it work? Top 4?
yeah.
Top 5? How does it work?
It's top 4.
Top 4? Okay, so Ian's definitely
It's
through.
Top 5.
It's top 5.
Is it top 5?
Where it was top 5. I think Pat said it was top 5.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the matchups
Look at us,
here.
Tom. Look at us.
Sam, we suck. My fucking team
terrorists on
sucks,
my
man.
team.
Let's take a look at this weekend's matchup. So that nub lost to Benj 11-4. So Benj with a nice one right there. Sam, you actually beat Pat this weekend, Sam. So you're getting another win under your belt. So Sam, you're actually doing better than me because I lost this week again. And then we'll take a look at Don Dada versus Dylan Attach. Dylan Attach gets a win over Donnie, 9-6. And then of course I lost again because my team sucks. Duarte, you beat me 12. It's not even close, man. It's not even close.
I think I'm out of playoffs too.
You wanna know what it is? My first pick was just Toronto was just so bad this stage. And then my second pick was Dan Ghosty, who was also just so bad this stage. He was high today. You know what I mean?
Right. I think I somehow have more like individual picks correct, but my record is worse than the person above me.
So who's the top 5 going? It's Ian, it's Donnie, Ben, and then
it's Parasite and Attach.
Parasite and
They both
Attach.
just got they both got 3.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's me, you, Sam, are the
Damn, man. No way, man. Look at us, guys. Look
Bro,
at us.
I don't know how
at
Dylan
us.
did it though. He had like the least amount of like
He's got
individual
lurks.
things won.
He's got
but
lurks,
he
bro.
won
He's got lurks.
matchups.
He stole
Yeah.
my pick too. Dylan
got
stole
lurks,
my
bro.
lurks pick. I was gonna choose lurks. And
He's got weekend cheese, like timing.
Stallion.
Yeah, he got the good matchups. Yeah.
Benj hit the pod, man. Hopefully that alarm shut off. It doesn't look like it did. Benj's not even going nowhere with the alarm going off. He's staying put. I mean, he doesn't want
My
to.
man's committed to the pub, bro.
I would have been evacuated. You know what I'm saying? Would have been out of here.
Ben's going down with the shit.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He's
Benj the
distracted.
scene.
He's
Let's see what
distracted.
Benj can do. He doesn't have any slippers on tonight.
He's not making that. He's
Rambo
distracted.
Ray got some missing the paw with the. Oh, he sinks it, Ray. He sinks it.
Ice.
With the alarm going off and everything, that is typical from Benj Nassim. I mean, straight composure, ice cold from Benj. But guys, that's going to do it for us. Next time you see us, we'll actually be Major 2, which is very exciting. I cannot wait for Major 2 to get on our way. So the watch parties and shows will be the Birmingham event. I want to give a huge shout out to Rambo Ray for hopping on today's episode of The Flank. Ray, it was awesome having you on. We got to get you on more episodes, Ray. Got to get you on more.
Do it again.
So shout out to Ray. And then, of course, man, shout out to all you guys. We got to pick winners for the giveaway real quick. We got to pick 5 winners. So I'm going to have every co-host pick a winner. Okay, so if you guys can... Instagram? Yep, everybody go to the @theflankpod on Instagram and pick one comment. They got to be following the Flank Pod, and they have to comment 4 and 23 on the post.
1,000 more comments than yesterday.
Yeah, they're flying in. They're flying in right now.
Wait, what are we doing? All of us? What?
Yep. Go to the Flank Pod on Instagram and go to the pinned post, and you're gonna pick somebody from the comments that commented 4 and 23. How do we know if
they're following the?
You just go to their profile and search their following in the Flank and make sure that they're following.
All right. Oh, I found my guy. Oh, I found him.
Okay, so I'm going to go first. I am going to pick Drew Allball. That's who I'm going to pick. Drew, welcome, brother. Congratulations. He's got Santa Claus holding a dog as his profile picture. I like that. So I'm going with Drew.
Yo, I already know who I'm picking, bro.
Who do you got? And make sure you
I'm
screenshot.
I'm picking Beefy Ben.
I know Beefy Ben. He's a good guy.
I'm picking Beefy Ben.
Oh, hell yeah. Congratulations, Beefy Ben. Make sure to screenshot the username. He's in the chat, Beefy Ben. You're going to Call of Duty Champs, Beefy Ben. You're going to Champs.
Yeah. His bio was uncooked.
Make sure you guys screenshot their names and drop it in the Flank production chat so we know who to message. Ben, who do you got? Pick one, Ben.
My alarm's going off. Pick for me, bro.
All right, I'll pick.
How are you still in this apartment, bro? Ben,
Ben, that's just on fire right behind you, bro.
All right, I'm going to pick your COD dad. I feel like he follows me. He follows the Flank Pod. He seems like a phenomenal guy. So I'm going to pick him. I'm going to pick him. Congratulations. His name's Zach. Congratulations, your COD dad. And we got to show some love to the dads out there too. W dad. But what about you, Chris? And make sure you guys screenshot your winners and drop it in the Flank production.
I've seen this guy comment like 100 times, and it just keeps sticking out.
That's banned.
It doesn't matter. I got Poundsy.
Poundsy. Oh, I know Poundsy. Actually, Poundsy's been coming in hot, showing some love to the family, man. So we'll show him some love. I actually like that, Duarte. Screenshot it.
I got it.
And throw it in. And then Pat, right? You got to pick a winner, Pat?
Yeah, I'm going to do this guy.
Is that his username or is...
He follows somebody I know. No. Cameron KD Wallace.
Okay, absolutely. Congratulations, Cameron. All you guys that were just named, you guys will be going to Call of Duty Champs. And you guys will have a pass. Pat, make sure to screenshot his name. Drop it in the Flank production. Don't forget. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for us. Congratulations to all the winners. We'll be doing a lot more giveaways on the Instagram, so make sure to go check it out at The Flank Pod. As always, guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, go to anchor.fm/theflank. Check out audio resets we're on. Go follow at The Flank on Twitter. Go follow at The Flank Pod on Instagram. And chat. And everybody in the comments, there will be merchandise released this week before Major 2 and all of Major 2. It's going to be up in the stores, ZooMaa.gg. We got a lot of merch coming. Stallions merch, Flank merch, sweatpants, hats. I think we got all kinds of stuff, man. It's gonna be good. I'm excited for you guys to see the drop. We got the jerseys dropping as well. The jersey I got on. We got Stallions jersey coming out. So make sure to check that out. But as always, man, we'll see you guys next time. Take care. Brush your hair. And we'll see you guys next time at Major 2 Birmingham for another episode of The Flank, man. Take it easy, guys. Have a good day. Absolutely. Beep.